Today I'm gonna show you how to design a glider using FreeCAD and then show you a few test flights. So let's get started. Choose a new file when you are in Sketcher and start drafting the basic shape of the body. This is how the sketcher should look when you just sketched it. Now we can start giving it some constraints. So this line needs to be 25 millimeters. And this line needs to be 1 millimeter. This line needs to be 100 millimeters. This line needs to be 4 millimeters. This line needs to be 35 millimeters. And this line needs to be 1.5 millimeters. This line is gonna be 1.5 millimeters as well. This line is gonna have to be 5 millimeters. And we're almost done. All we have to do now is make sure this is not able to move anywhere, and we're done. Now we need to extrude it. So choose the sketch, hit extrude on part, and extrude it to 3 millimeters. Now that's the body. Open a new file and start drafting the horizontal stabilizer. Now we are done drafting and we can start giving it some constraints. So this line needs to be equal and this line needs to be equal. This line needs to be 50 millimeters long and this one needs to be 15 millimeters high. Make sure it's in the middle. And this line is gonna have to be 145 degrees. Now we're ready to extrude. So go to part, extrude, and you need to extrude this part to 0.5 millimeters. Open a new file and start drafting the vertical stabilizer. So this needs to be 20 millimeters long and this one needs to be 12.5 millimeters high. Just make sure it can't move anywhere and you are done. To extrude it, you need to go to part and extrude like you do for every other shape. And extrude it to 0.5 millimeters. And that is basically it. So you need to chamfer the shape you have to two to 1.2 millimeters, and then copy the shape you just chamfered and paste it into this shape. Now move this shape to the middle, like you see on the screen, and then copy the other shape and paste it. Now make sure it is in the middle, like you see on the screen. Change its position. Its z-axis needs to be 2 millimeters, and you are done. So choose another new file and start sketching the wing's profile. This line needs to be 1.2 millimeter height, and this one needs to be 0.5 millimeters high. This line needs to be 15 millimeters wide, and this line needs to be 35 millimeters wide. Now all you have left to do is make sure it is in the middle. Now it's the time to extrude. So go to Part, hit Extrude, and you need to extrude this shape to 100 millimeters. Now make 4 squares, because later we will cut them with the part and it will make a hole and reduce the weight. Its length needs to be 12 millimeters and its height needs to be 40 millimeters. Now you need to copy and paste it and just move it to the outer corner. And finally, paste the last one and move it to the last corner. The top one needs to be 14 millimeters. Now you need to fusion all of the squares and make a cut by simply choosing the extrude and then the fusion and then hitting cut. Now to mirror, all you need to go is choose the part you want to mirror, go to mirror and part, choose the XY coordinate plane, and you have a mirrored shape. This is how the nose is going to look like. Open a new file and start drafting. Now start giving it constraints. Make sure it is 0.5 millimeters apart from each other. This line needs to be 4.6 millimeters. This line needs to be 5.5 millimeters high. Now go to part and extrude the shape. Extrude it to 1 millimeters. And that is the ring. Save the shape, because this is gonna be a different shape. Change its height to 20 millimeters. Double click it and then let go, and that should make it 20 millimeters. Make a cube and change its height to 3 millimeters. Press one of the edges and then do chamfer and then press the rest and chamfer this shape to 1.2 millimeters. This is the nose when it is done. Now you can add rings, and the rings are the balancing weight. You can reduce weight and put more weight. We 3D print the shapes. We cover the wings with tape. We glue the wings to the body with super glue, and we can do a test flight. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I will see you guys in the next one.